What's up, YouTube? CJ Extreme here. So, right off the bat, I'm not a professional, and everything I'm saying is just my opinion. If you disagree with my opinion, that's okay. I'm going to try not to say anything too inflammatory. I think that's the proper word for it, or anything too controversial. I'm just going to speak my mind on this whole little documentary series that Shane Dawson is doing on Jake Paul. And a lot of people, I hope, understand that it's not a professional documentary. It's a YouTube series. It's meant to be entertaining at the end of the day, and it's also supposed to be informal in some regard. But at the same time, it should be clear that Shane Dawson and the therapist he's working with are not like able to diagnose somebody with being a sociopath, psychopath, whatever mental disorder that they have, because they're not psychologists or like professional psychologists, professors, or whatever you want to say. They aren't qualified. Okay, so that being said, the first part of the series was the mind of Jake Paul. So in this one, we're just kind of getting into the nitty gritty of things. Like Shane's just learning about who Jake Paul is, the stuff that he's done and whatnot. And he says his goal here is to basically like get him to acknowledge what he's doing wrong, stop it, and change him. For the better, I suppose. That's what I got from it. And so it's pretty slow start, and I think everyone thought it was a pretty slow start because everybody, once they saw this series, I'm pretty sure we're just waiting on him to talk to Jake Paul, and now we finally got that in part 5. But part 1, I liked it. When I first watched the series, I kind of got everything a little misconstrued because I was thinking that, oh, well, this must be a professional thing. Like, I don't know why. It just came off to me as like everything that's happening here is legit. Like, everything they're saying about sociopaths, especially in part 2, and psychopaths, 100% accurate, and I wasn't really going to do any research myself. But then I did. And sociopaths, there's people on YouTubers who are saying they are sociopaths, and what Shane Dawson is doing is offensive to them. And I think that's weird because the only difference that I could find between a sociopath and a psychopath, sociopaths are created and psychopaths are born. That's the only difference that I saw. And I guess the other one would be one more so doesn't care if they kill somebody, and the other one sort of just doesn't care how you feel about anything. Like one has no feelings whatsoever, and the other one just wants something and will do anything to get it, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to look it up right now just to make sure I got the right idea, because I don't want to say anything that's completely incorrect. Sociopath definition. My neighbor scared the shit out of me, dude. He's like walking outside around his house. My dog isn't barking, so he's not doing anything crazy. But anyways, a person with a personality disorder manifesting itself in extreme antisocial attitudes and behavior. Yes, his attitudes and behavior and lack of conscience. So they pretty much they lack empathy. They don't feel how we feel. And I have a few sociopathic tendencies of my own. Like, when something happens, I can't react as though like I'm sad about it. If something like a terrorist attack or a shooting or something, I'm just like, damn, that sucks. But I say it so monotone, and I don't really have any feelings for it. But I don't want to come off as like I don't care about it, so I just say something. But in reality, I don't really feel anything. I'm not saying that, that's okay, but it's just weird, It's it's just me not being able to understand certain things, I guess. And a psychopath is a person suffering from chronic mental disorder and abnormal or violent social behavior. So I guess psychopaths are more violent than sociopaths. I guess is what it's saying. Apparently, according to some of the people who say they're sociopaths, they are real people. They aren't like monsters or anything. My thing is, I would need to actually be like a psychologist to truly understand what the difference between the two is. I'm taking psychology classes and we haven't even gotten there yet, so I don't know. We got completely sidetracked. I'm sorry about that. We got completely sidetracked, but that's kind of me. I get distracted and turn away from things. So yeah, Dark Side of Jake Paul is where they get into the whole sociopath and psychopath thing. And if you're watching it and you take everything in a literal sense and you don't take the time to research it, I think that's on you. I don't think that's on Shane, because there's disclaimers like saying that, oh, this isn't like we can't diagnose or whatever. Like, but some people just kind of miss that and think that, oh, well, he must think he knows all about it, but he doesn't really say that he knows anything about it. And I don't think he's qualified to even diagnose anybody. I think he's perfectly aware of that, and the therapist isn't qualified for it, as they've made it clear that she is a therapist, not a psychologist. I don't get why people think that she's like making claims. She keeps saying, I don't think so, I don't think, and she keeps reading from a book. So she's going based off of what this book says. At the end of the day, if they're going to diagnose Jake Paul or Logan or anybody with any social disorder or any disorder whatsoever, they're going to have to actually go to like a psychologist. And I had a psychologist for my doctor when I was a kid because I have ADHD. And I don't know if that's why. Maybe I have something else too. But I had a doctor, his name was Dr. Silva. And he was into psychology, and he never told me. My parents never told me. I figured it out for myself, and then they eventually told me once I like put two and two together after learning what ADHD is. And I'm just saying that basically try to do research. The family of Jake Paul was a very, very interesting part to me because I didn't even know that their parents were like divorced or anything. I don't know. I didn't know anything about the Paul brothers for sure. It was just based off of what I saw on Drama Alert, what I saw on Scares. I didn't watch any of their videos, so I didn't know jack squat about them. And I didn't know anything about them. So to learn that they may have had like a troubled past growing up is interesting. I don't necessarily feel bad for them, but I think it's something cool to think about when they bring that up. What could have caused this? And apparently they were raised to always work hard, always to aspire to be better than you were, and that's good. But at the same time, it seems like a lot of the things that they grew up doing were competitions, like a race between the two, and that may have affected them when they got older. Because if you'll notice, when one gets into drama, the other one gets into drama, almost like they're trying to one up each other. And I don't think, to be fair, that they're doing that intentionally, but that's the way it seems. I think that's a fair argument. I'm not sure. I don't know the guys personally. That's why I'm trying to make it clear that I can't say that they're crazy or that they're doing this for that. That's why I'm saying I think, okay? So just keep up. Please don't attack me. The enemies of Jake Paul, I thought Alyssa Violet was going to be in it. And she wasn't. She's on the screen of the thumbnail, or she's on the thumbnail, but she's not actually in the video, which is weird. I mean, why is she on the thumbnail? She's not really in the video. Apparently she's going to be in the next part. Anyways, I learned a lot right there, you know. Well, I always thought the pranks weren't legit because some of the shit they were doing were ridiculous, but then when you have the Martinez twins saying that it was real and that they were being pranked and they were being bullied or whatever, then I was like, oh shit, the pranks are actually real? What the hell? And then we have Nick Crompton saying, no, it's all fake. The pranks are all fake, and they knew that, and they used that against us, and we had to just take the punches because we didn't want the kids to leave or whatever. Some may see that as bullshit. I can't say whether it's bullshit or not. My whole thing is with that is, if it is all fake and the Martinez twins' arguments were just based off of fake pranks, why did they do that? Did they just jump on the bandwagon of we hate Jake Paul so that they wouldn't get any hate in turn, so they could just get away from it? But now if the truth is finally coming out, now they're still going to get hate no matter what, so they shouldn't have lied in the first place. If you want to leave a group, I don't think the Team 10 thing is a cult. I don't think they have to do anything to leave other than just leave, say they want to leave and then go. I don't get why they didn't just say, hey, we just want to go, we want to do something else. Okay, and then they just go. But now they just drop a video and then they expose them, air quotes. Whether it's true or not, we still don't know. Nick Crompton seems pretty cool. I had this whole like idea of him being this sort of boss villain esque. Like I didn't think he was a good guy. He looked evil to me. I don't know why. He just looked like an evil villain. Like he was the head of the whole Team 10 thing. He's not. He's not. He's just like, or he was like the manager or whatever. And I guess when the dad got involved, according to him, that's when he didn't want to be there anymore. And we still don't know anything about Greg Paul. I mean, despite going into the family of Jake Paul, we still really only learn more about his mother than learning about the father. And if I'm not mistaken, they couldn't even find his father. Like he was in the building with them when they went to the Team 10 house, which is the next part I'm going to talk about. And he bounced. He dipped on him. He got the hell out of there before they could even approach him. And there's a lot of things that they could talk about with Greg Paul, but then that seems like it would be something on its own. And I think that's why it's so long, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe he's going to talk to each individual person in the Paul family and then eventually talk to Jake Paul. And my thing is he going to talk to Logan? He said he was, but we haven't seen that yet. I don't know if he said he's down. I can't remember. I'm sorry about that. If he did say he was going to, then okay. This whole Alyssa Violet thing is very weird and controversial because she's saying all this, that, and the other. This is what Jake did. And everything that she said, in my opinion, was all aimed at it being Jake's fault. Everything that happened was on him. There was no two sides to the story. But then when you hear Jake talking, oh, she did this, she did that. Yeah, I didn't hear him say he did anything wrong, but I heard him say that she did everything or some things wrong too. And my thing is, why is it like that? Why is it always black and white with people? Why can't they just, maybe Alyssa Violet is telling 100% the truth. I don't know, but why is it always like, oh, it has to be this or this. It can't be a combination of two. Yeah, Jake Paul was doing this, but Alyssa Violet did this. And then that's why they broke up. No. It's got to be this one-sided argument. I don't get that. I don't get that, but I don't know, man. I don't know. It's so weird hearing about that. But I wish she was in the Enemies of Jake Paul video, but she wasn't. So in the world of Jake Paul, we learn that I don't think he was flexing intentionally. I think he was just doing his thing. This is what I normally do, whatever. And it seemed pretty legit. And he seemed like a really nice guy. He seemed pretty calm. He didn't seem like a spaz, which is cool. I'm fine with him not being a spaz because that's why I didn't watch his content to begin with. It annoyed me. But he says that one of the members, Chance, stole the account that they had made for Chance and Anthony. And now Chance is saying that the account wasn't stolen, that they were going to steal it from him. So then he set it up to where he could change the password to prevent them from stealing it. A lot of people are believing Chance. Some people are believing Jake Paul. I don't know who to believe, and I hope to get the truth on that too, because I'm just tired of all these things where it's like this person screwed me over, this person screwed me over. It's always someone screwed over Jake Paul. Like, does he ever admit when he's fucked up? Like, I'm in recent history, or when it comes to the people that he's encountered, not like some random thing that he did. I'm talking about the people in Team 10 who have left. If he ever admits that, hey, I shouldn't have done that, and that's why they left, and that's on me. Does that ever come into play? Because I've never heard it. If it has, let me know. But yeah. So if you made it this far in the video, that's cool. Thanks for watching. But now I guess it's about to get like pretty intense, because the world of Jake Paul, it ends with him finally talking to Alyssa Violet. It also shows him talking, I think her name is Tessa Brooks. Is it Erica? Or is it's Erica Costello. That's who he's talking to, not Tessa. Or maybe he does talk to, I don't know who he talks to, alright? I don't know, okay? I don't know. I don't really know the team members like that. Okay, I don't know, but it seemed to get really intense, seemed to really pick up, and there's going to be another part today, so going to be cool to watch that. I'll give more of my opinion in another video, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this. And if you want more commentaries like this, I don't do them often. I'm going to say that up front. I don't do them often. So if you want more, comment down below, leave a like, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time for another.